Hey Lisa, sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for patiently waiting. As I said, my name is Connor. We connected on LinkedIn. I wanted to put you together an audit of your website, but as I said, I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, so just in recovery mode at the minute, feeling good again, which is great. So yeah, I put you on top of the list for audits. And yeah, I wanted to crack into this and give you an idea of what I was looking at on your website and where there's room for growth and how we can potentially help with that growth. So the first thing I was basically having a look around the website. The website looks good. Um, Again, for me, there's a few UI and UX things that could help, which is user experience basically, which can help the users visually have a better experience when they come on here. Um, because yeah, it's there's again, it's not to go into too much detail, but the idea is a lot of times uh, when we come on here, you've got the sticky bar at the top. It's actually not really um, best practice in terms of like visually how that like works along the site. It is good for people being able to at any point still just click here and um, go to the next page, but really overall it's pretty good. Um, the only problem that I really had was when I was actually going on here, there was um, the speed wasn't the best. So I'll just show you. This is I dropped your website into page speed insights, showing that your page speed is at around 10 out of 100, and it's 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 not the it's honestly, even though it's only 10 of 100, it's not the worst, because you can see here we've got all these pages. You're missing about 3 pages here in terms of how it's rendering. But in terms of speed is very important overall when it comes to websites, because Amazon did a study, and for every zero point 0.1 second of page speed that they were slower, they were losing about $400,000 a day because of that, because customers just don't want to wait around. They're impatient, especially with new brands. If it takes a little bit of time for a page to load, they'll just bounce off and leave, and they won't become a customer. So what I did was I put in site colon and then your website domain. This gives us an idea of all the pages you have. So you have about 8 pages, quite a small website. Um, and it gives you an idea of what these pages look like when people are searching for them. So this is what's called a title tag and your meta description. This is your opportunity pitch. It's your elevator pitch to potential prospects when they're looking down the list. Why are they going to click here? What is this telling them in order to entice them onto your page? So this is a very important section, and people overlook this often. And what you also want to have is keywords in here. So keywords are search terms that people type into the Google search bar when they're searching for your products and services. So loungewear, whatever, fashion, whatever they'll be typing in when you ideally want to show up. So these terms can go in here. Here it says home, and there's no reason for the same home. That's no benefit. A more fabulous you doesn't really tell me anything about what this page is about. And in the description, either a more fabulous you. I know the name of your company is good, but unless people know who you are, if you're Facebook, if you're Amazon, people are like, oh, Amazon, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. But people, that are searching the web, they aren't particularly searching for the name of the company. And here, as I said, we want this to be very optimized in terms of telling what the page is about, what your company is about, and also having a lot of keywords embedded in here so that when people are searching them, this page actually shows up. So there's a lot of room for improvement on these, as you can see all the way down. Shop, Fabulous You, Wardrobe Kit, Fabulous You. There's a lot that can be done with those pages, which is just a quick win. Um, for instance, I typed in loungewear dresses. So Amazon, as I said, they'll have their name in there. Lounge dresses, clothing, shoes, jewelry. Now I know what this page is about, and you can see they've got a lot of real estate here when it comes to those spaces. Same thing here, women's clothing, loungewear, dresses, Dillard's. Again, I know exactly what this page is about. So that's what we want, to have for you as well. So The next thing I did was I dropped your website into one of our tools that gives us a good idea of how the website's performing. And unfortunately, the website isn't showing much of any sort of results, which cannot be one of two things. It's either um, got some issues going on that's stopping us from picking up the data. Although I can see here there was some increases in keywords. It looks like you're only ranking for one keyword, which is the name of your company, Fabulous You Beauty, which is not ideal. So what I just wanted to because there's not an awful lot of data for us to go through there, what I just wanted to show you was what a good, website looks like. So Zara, for instance, they've got 602,000 keywords, and traffic. They have 4.3 million people coming to their website every month. They're also spending about $3 million on ads online too. And you can see that since 2019, their traffic's grown from about 3.3 million to about 4.4. So when I was talking to you about keywords, like for instance, Zara is a keyword, Zara USA, there's 2.24 million people searching Zara in the US every month. Blazer, in terms for a keyword, there's 550,000 people searching that every month. And Zara is in position number one for that, position number three for that keyword. And just to give you an idea of what that means, this is position number one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. So there's 11 search results on this page until you have to go to page two and three. And ideally, we want to be on page one for these terms. Just go back to Zara. Here's for another one. So skirts, there's 74,000 people searching that every month. Leather shorts, 14,400. Sweatshirt, 200,000 people searching that every month in America. So these are examples of keywords and some of the volumes and the positions. Zara's, in seven for skirts, for these kind of keywords. So the idea is right now your website doesn't seem to really have any keywords embedded in it. So how are people supposed to find your website when they're searching for these terms? So the whole idea is we need to get these keywords into your website and start to get you ranking for them so that Google knows what your website is about. Because right now Google has no clue what your website is about because it hasn't got any of this kind of content embedded in it. And Google can't read photos; it can only read content, as in written content. So it's super important to have this information in there. It's like having the most amazing billboard and you've stuck it out in the desert. How is, nobody's ever going to get to appreciate it. No one's ever going to see it. So we need to get you exposure to your website. How do we do that? We do it through these kind of methods in terms of organically need to get keywords into your website that have some really good volumes and can drive some really good traffic. So the last thing I wanted to quickly look at was just your Instagram, because this is also something that we help with and our help with brands with is social media. So there's a lot of room again for improvement here on the Instagram. You've currently got almost 700 followers, and um, again, it's some some good content, also some not so good content. There's a lot that can be done with this page to improve it and get a more professional look and feel to it, and really start driving some revenue through your Instagram because your Instagram can be a very good source of revenue and is a big key piece in the overall success, especially of fashion brands. So, for instance, just compared to Zara. So looking at Zara again, what you notice here obviously is their highlights, which again I would encourage you to have on yours. When it comes to their content, it's again very structured. They have always have like a feel and a theme, and as I said, um, certain color schemes, everything, which again is very, very easy. You can buy templates and everything for this. It's important to be actually displaying your your clothing and your products and your services across Instagram, and really having this as a platform for sales and to display your brand. So again, I don't need to show you too much about this, but I'm sure, looking around at all the different fashion brands, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of areas we can potentially help you with and look to improve overall for the business. I'd love to have a further discussion with you about this, and see if there's areas where we align in terms of your goals and what we achieve as a business. There's a certain type of customer we like to work with, and if we align, then you could potentially have a conversation of how a partnership might look.